95% of people who call a domestic violence hotline report that emotional abuse came first. Not a hit, not a threat, a feeling. After examining 50 toxic relationships, the same 9 manipulation red flags kept appearing, most within the first month. And the earliest sign of manipulation? It doesn't feel like danger, it feels like love. In dozens of the 50 cases analyzed, the pattern begins in the first 4 weeks. A typical phone thread from this phase reveals a relentless flood of daily contact. 5 to 10 messages an hour, constant, overwhelming praise. Delivered before a real bond can form, this rapid acceleration feels like safety. But the attention arrives too fast. To build genuine trust, this is love bombing, and the pace itself does the work, as an early sign of manipulation. Then the warmth suddenly vanishes. The texts stop, the tone cools. This sudden emotional withdrawal creates instant confusion. The target begins chasing the affection they just lost, driven by a drop in dopamine. That mimics physical withdrawal. Sequence data from relationship studies shows that these psychological games consistently lead the way before any overt harm occurs. During a typical coffee date, a second, quieter test begins. A personal comment, disguised as a joke, lands wrong. When the target reacts, the response is immediate. You are taking this too seriously. To keep the peace, the target laughs it off. But the point of the humor is never amusement. The partner is testing boundaries, probing to see exactly how much disrespect can be tolerated. This is one of the clearest manipulation red flags, because it hides hostility inside social pressure. Until the behavior feels normal, the same boundary crossing line repeats over and over, slowly establishing a baseline of acceptable abuse. The test is complete when disrespect becomes completely ordinary. Within weeks, the demands escalate from daily texts to major life choices. The partner presses for a shared lease or a sudden move. This massive ask arrives long before genuine safety exists. Urgency replaces patience. If you hesitate, your caution is quickly reframed as a character flaw or a lack of love. The goal is to force a commitment before you can think clearly. This rapid escalation pressure is a subtle sign of manipulation. It restricts your options and steers your future on their timeline. Among early manipulation red flags, this artificial rush forces you to sign away your independence before you even know who they really are. A text arrives, inviting you to a group dinner. Immediately, your partner's mood shifts. They mention feeling suddenly unwell or quietly ask why you want to leave them alone. On a weekend, the language sounds deceptively protective, almost caring, but the real effect is physical separation. Over the next few weeks, plans with your lifelong friends become harder and harder to keep. Other relationships start feeling inconvenient, exhausting, or heavily loaded with guilt. These subtle isolation cues slowly crowd out your closest allies until your social support system completely thins out. This is a critical manipulation red flag, because systemic isolation makes every later lie much harder to test. Without outside mirrors to validate your perspective, you become completely dependent on your partner's version of reality you barely notice. The walls closing in at the exact same time. Your partner launches the first stable inversion of responsibility. You bring up a minor, entirely valid objection regarding their behavior, a broken promise, or a cold, dismissive text. Suddenly, the argument is no longer about what they actually did. Your partner reacts with deep defensive hurt. They claim your tone is cruel, that you do not trust them, or that you are constantly attacking them. Accountability is instantly replaced by direct accusation. The target gets turned into the problem. This is blame shifting, where they make you responsible for their poor choices. It is a classic sign of manipulation because it violently rewrites cause and effect. Every valid concern you raise gets twisted into a symptom of your own dysfunction. The emotional impact is instant, paralyzing confusion, followed by constant self-editing. You learn to apologize for their original mistakes, just to keep the peace. Now the tactics turn quieter. No screaming matches, no dramatic blow-ups, just a steady drip of tiny sharp comments. A passing remark about your outfit being a bit too tight. A sigh when you talk about your career. A soft correction on how you voice your opinions. Each remark is small enough to dismiss, packaged as helpful feedback. They frame the cut as support. This constructive cover delays your recognition, but the cumulative effect slowly reshapes your self-image. You find yourself changing your clothes 3 times before they arrive. You edit your speech and second-guess your intellect just to avoid the next hit. These micro-criticisms are a devastatingly subtle sign of manipulation. When small digs become a daily tax on your self-esteem, you are looking at one of the quietest manipulation red flags. The damage is not explosive, it is an erosion. And by the time you notice, your confidence is already gone. Now the ground beneath you begins to slide away. A clear, documented agreement from yesterday suddenly never occurred. I never said that, they tell you, with flat, unblinking calm. You examine your texts, your calendar, and your own mind. You find yourself secretly keeping notes, checking timestamps, and over-checking your own logs just to prove you are not losing your mind. Yet your recollection is treated like a defect. This constant reality distortion is gaslighting. They systematically deny facts until your trust in yourself completely breaks down. You enter epistemic collapse where you no longer believe your own eyes. This is a silent, devastating sign of manipulation because it forces you to rely entirely on their version of the truth. Then, the trap snaps shut with a toxic reward loop. The moment you stop arguing and accept their narrative, the freezing cold suddenly melts. Warmth, praise, and intense affection flood back. But if you dare to set a boundary or ask for accountability, they instantly withdraw. This is conditional affection, where warmth is rationed like a payoff. They use silence and withdrawal to punish your independence, employing a control tactic experienced by 2/3 of adults. Compliance quickly feels like the only road back to emotional safety. You begin to mistake the sweet relief of surrender for genuine love. Among early manipulation red flags, this reward system is exceptionally dangerous because it trains obedience under the guise of attachment. Now the helpful concern becomes direct instruction. They audit your career choices, manage your bank account, to protect your future, and filter your friends to keep you safe. Slowly, your daily decisions stop feeling like yours. This is covert control, the quietest sign of manipulation, because it mimics care while narrowing your life. But the pattern stops here. You can test this power dynamic. Set one clear, minor boundary. Document how they react by saving text logs or writing down dates. Tell one trusted person outside the relationship what you are experiencing. If their pressure escalates, connect with professional support to build a safety plan. Spotting these early manipulation red flags gives you back your compass, You are free to walk away. You are ready to take your life back. Recognizing a subtle sign of manipulation is not about paranoia. It is about self-preservation. When you spot these manipulation red flags early, you reclaim your future before the cycle begins. Trust your gut. Share your thoughts below.